Smeller,
Mark Nash,
Michael Gross,
Michael Gross, the boss.
my nigga, my brother.
Let's get this shit done, Mike.
We all love sports, right?
Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cashapp, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. Yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Yo, 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 yo. What up, man? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, folks? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I'm your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up that 501, man. Y'all know where I'm back at. And you know how I get down when I'm back at home, big dog. Yes, sir. We back in the motherfucking building, man. And I'm back with another one. And y'all already know. Y'all know that I gotta know. It could not be a Keith Thurman fight week without some sound bites, man. And he absolutely gave you some sound bites today. He goes in on Terence Crawford. He goes in on Errol Spence Jr. He goes in on the WBC. And he also talks about your Dennis UGAS and a possible fight with him. Not, we know what, we ain't gonna pussyfoot around. We ain't gonna goddamn be tiptoe. We're gonna get right into it. And we're gonna listen to what Keith Thurman had to say.
This fight is not a WBC title eliminator, and since Errol Spence is not interested in a fight with you, does that make Terence Crawford, you know?
First off,
blah, 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 blah. See, WBC came out and they stated, you know, this is not a final title eliminator. This is just simply a title eliminator. And the reporter was right by saying, we all know that Errol Spence has expressed in the media, this is out for public knowledge, that he is really not interested in a fight with you. Keith Thurman kind of gave him the side eye, but let's listen to what Keith Thurman got to say.
whatever. We don't care what the WBC says. The year's not over. Keith Thurman is the most exciting fights for any champion out there. I want any belt out there. So, you know, I've been telling y'all this for a long time. Send the effing contract. It's simple. I see a contract. It's probably going to come looking stupid, so I'm going to throw it right back at you. But we can work out the wording. We can negotiate, and we can have a beautiful night of boxing like we're doing right now. It's that simple, man. You know, I negotiate. This is a real sport. Okay, we're independent contractors. It happens one fight at a time, and I like making great fights, man. So whatever champion wants to step in the ring with Keith Thurman, that's who's going to be next.
Who's more challenging for you, Errol?
So it seems like he's going back on what he said about possibly fighting for the WBC down the line, because it seems like he sees the writing on the wall, and now he's talking about, you know what, any champion from whoever got the belt can get it. Kind of seems like he's going back on what he said earlier about just looking towards Errol Spence Jr. and the WBC.
For you, Errol Spence or Terence Crawford?
You know, that's up to them, man. They're both challenging. They're both world class. That's the upper echelon, you know. So I just look forward to it. I still believe that Crawford lets some punches slip in. But I do know he's sharp. I do know that he's fast. I do know if you just let him counter you early, that, you know, it could be your tempo that gets rocked, you know. But that's what makes it a great fight, is that you got two dangerous and deadly fighters in the ring. You know, that's what it's always about.
He's obviously the last big.
So it seems like, honestly, like it seems like to me, and this is me on the outside, reading into what he's saying, reading into what his mannerisms and just the a breakdown of each fighter. He really didn't give a breakdown too much for Errol Spence Jr. Maybe he realizes that the Errol Spence Jr. fight may not be in his cards. It may not be a fight that Keith Thurman gets. So he's saying that he's seen holes in Terence Crawford where he allows shots to get in. He's very sharp, very intelligent, but he does see some things maybe he can exploit.
Welterweight fight that we had was in this very building. Shawn Porter, Terence Crawford. Just wanted your thoughts on the fight and going into the last round. You can see Terence Crawford saying, "I'm down. How am I down?" And then he came out, turned it up that notch and got the victory. Obviously, that round. Just your thoughts on the fight in that moment, right there.
Yeah, I love that moment because that shows the dog in Crawford. You know what I mean? That he's not there to just rely on the belt, to rely on the fact that I'm champion and they got to beat the champion. I do think he was inactive. You know, I do think it was wise of his coaches to let him know, like, wake up, boy, wake up. You know, I do believe that he was slightly favored going into that round. I don't know how the judges really had it, but I knew he was picking up momentum in the second half of the fight. When he was moving really fast and trying to counter Shawn, he actually was missing with all his twitchy. He was trying to twitch hook, twitch uppercut. All that stuff was missing. And then about the fifth round, he slowed down. Shawn started to slow down, but in slowing down, he actually started to meet the mark. You know, I mean, I remember one time he won a round with like one combo. It was like a 1, 2, 3.
I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like Keith Thurman a fan. It seemed like Keith Thurman a fan, man. He breaking down how he saw Terence Crawford, what he seen in the ring, what he was impressed by, the fast twitchies, the hooks, the uppercuts, the short punches. It seems like, you know, it seems like Keith is kind of feeling that Shawn Porter kind of effect. Just wanna get in the ring with somebody like Terence Crawford. Wanna share the ring with somebody as great as Terence Crawford. You hear from Keith's mouth. He seems to me. It just seems like he is impressed by what he's seen from Terence Crawford against Shawn Porter.
3, Shawn, he doesn't land clean punches, and Terence had a good defense in that fight. So, you know, to me, it just wasn't as entertaining as I truly wanted the whole fight to be. I thought Crawford, I actually gave him a new nickname that night, Crafty Crawford. I thought he was being crafty in there. I thought he needed to be crafty. And because he was working on focusing on what to do to Shawn, he needed to show that he truly is a crafty fighter and land that beautiful punch in the later rounds, get those double knockdowns. The fight was over at that point. We saw Shawn. We saw his energy. We know his daddy stopped the fight, but the fight was over. It is what it is. And it was a good closing out performance. Not a great overall performance, in my opinion, from Crawford, but a terrific closing out performance since nobody in the welterweight division stopped Shawn Porter before that night.
You still show Saturday.
I mean, I damn near agree with everything you said, but I think it was a good performance from start to finish. From round 1, he proved that he was supposed to be elite welterweight. He was what everybody thought he was. You know what I'm saying? And by whatever round that it ended, I think it was round 10. He showed y'all that shit. He can do what nobody else can do, and I really think that looking at it, you gotta tip your hat towards Terence Crawford and just the execution of what he was able to do to Shawn Porter.
Saturday night that, you know, you still have the speed and the power of a Terence Crawford because he's kind of faster than everybody he's getting in the ring right now, but we knew you.
He's a lightweight.
Right.
He's a lightweight
Right.
moving up.
Right.
You know, I'm fighting a lightweight. I got defeated by practically a bantamweight. You know, who knows what weight class Pacquiao is. He's every weight class. So at the end of the day, man, when we know this in boxing, the co-main event. We're going to see those hands fly. Leo Santa Cruz and them lighter fighters are naturally faster, you know. So I've been working with, and if potentially my next fight was a Crawford, I think this is a good look to have somebody who has hand speed and is more of a better, I don't want to just use the word tune-up, but he's got length, he's got speed, you know, he's got pop of his own, and I think that transfers better over from Barrios Crawford than Josecito Lopez Manny Pacquiao. If you guys remember how 2019 went.
You think Barrios going to open?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Looking at Barrios, I don't think Barrios can get you ready for somebody like Terence Crawford. I mean, it sounds good, it sounds nice, it sounds sweet, but Barrios ain't really striking me as the guy that is going to prepare you or even be similar to what Terence Crawford brings to the table. And again, it seems like just from the mainstream media with the questions and from what Keith Thurman is responding with, he would like to potentially share the ring with Terence Crawford next. To me, for Crawford, it's only two fights. It's Errol or it's Keith. Either one. It's Errol or it's Keith. It's Errol or it's Keith. A dark horse is Gerard Ennis. But those are two. Those are the only two fights that anybody wants to see.
Crawford said that you don't have confidence in yourself, and that's why you don't want to fight him next.
First off, we don't really care what Crawford says. Crawford's in a lawsuit with Bob Arum. Crawford don't know what to do, where to focus on making money at the end of the day.
Actually, he does know what to do, Keith. That's why he's in the lawsuit with Bob Arum. That's why Eddie Hearn has been reporting that he has had talks with Crawford. He has reported that he has talks with Crawford. My bad, y'all. My bad. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Eddie Hearn is reporting that he has had talks with Crawford. Michael Benson is reporting that Eddie Hearn has revealed that he has a. So I think I can find that video. Let me see. So Crawford knows what he's doing. Crawford knows what he's doing. That's, to me, that's not even a question, because he has a lawsuit. He's trying to get that money that is owed. And
the man himself, the legend, is that him? Wow.
A broadcaster, and the ability,
by the way, so much going on.
Pays in relation to the revenue of the show, but it's her on
over 7 figures.
She had boxed a little bit of both.
Sure, but it's also what the number he told me.
I'll tell you a funny. Old promoters, you know, every fighter. So fighter power in boxing too big. They do, you know, when you go to the institute, 80-20 split, 50 million. Well, you make 10
away with this for so long. I mean, they're almost 30 years more, you're saying, for Conor, right?
Oh, of course.
Right. So he would have been a free man.
Right.
That Matchroom lost by 10
No,
million.
Because when you've got the line, he won, and probably they bid closer. It's like buying a house. Fight the winner for head in a way, because the whole contract from the first bid, they all
recently over the last couple of years, like, did it hurt the soul?
The bid, which is
you
a
can
great,
make a show out of this, like the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
When you open up the
draft.
envelope, yes,
the draft is one of the biggest.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
In Australia,
and he's kind of a free agent.
Terence Crawford, and paying him great money, but he's ready.
Do you have any interest in Terence Crawford?
Yes, because he's a pound for pound top fighter. Goes back to the value of a fight. You know,
have you talked to him?
Yeah, I've had some chats with his representatives. The problem is what can we deliver in that weight class for him? You know, it's a weight class historically dominated by PBC. So it's one thing getting Terence Crawford and paying him great money, but the other one is which fight are you going to give him that's actually going to deliver for DAZN? And we don't have access to a lot of those welterweights that would deliver value. Errol Spence, greatest example. And again, it comes back to how much money is Terence Crawford going to generate? Amazing fighter. But I just feel that promotionally, they haven't done the job that perhaps would have been done on Terence Crawford to make him the draw that he should be.
Okay. So do you think that it's worth it for you, or you're not interested? Like, are you?
I'm interested because he's a great fighter,
right?
But I think we all struggle to deliver the numbers that he would want, unless he was so sensible. Like my idea of sensible might be ludicrous to, you know, Adrian Broner,
right?
For example, you know, is a good example of you know, but that doesn't mean we're always right, but we know the numbers. This is the difference. We know the numbers, but.
All right, so there you have it. Eddie Hearn saying, look, there is some interest in Terence Crawford, just doesn't know if the numbers are legitimate. What's going on, Adam? If the numbers are legitimate. So Keith Thurman, Terence Crawford does have a sense of what he's doing. That's the only point I was trying to get to.
Crawford should know that it's simple. They came to me with a whack proposal, never put it in writing like I asked. Write it up. Stop playing, Bob. We don't care about you anymore anyways. Crawford don't care about you anymore anyways. But write it up, send it to me. It never happened, so it never happened. Who got a written contract? Shawn Porter. Who got the fight with Crawford? Shawn Porter. End of story.
So you good with that fight happening?
So he's saying Crawford ducked him. He didn't send what they sent Shawn Porter. He didn't send me what y'all sent Shawn Porter. Y'all gave Shawn Porter the deal. I ain't getting nothing in writing. So if Key would have got some in writing, we would have had Thurman versus Crawford in November instead of Shawn. I mean, at that time, I think people would have looked at Crawford as a duck because they would have considered Shawn Porter the tougher opponent. Maybe fast forward now, people may have a different perception about who is the tougher opponent. Is it Keith? Is it Shawn? Maybe after Keith has a good weekend this weekend, maybe the perception will change once again, and maybe Keith will be the name that everybody is calling for Errol to fight and Bud to fight. And Keith got a big opportunity this weekend. If he's able to deliver on this pay-per-view and show the world that he can be a pay-per-view draw, he can be a pay-per-view attraction, that he can do good numbers with a guy like Mario Barrios, that bodes well for him getting bigger fights down the road, including a Errol Spence fight, including a Terence Crawford fight. So Keith got a lot riding on this weekend. He got a lot riding on this weekend. What does Bud do if Errol fights Thurman next, Mike? Talk to Daniel Kittenham. He gave Dubai. They'll give you some money to fight somebody.
Fight happening next though. If
look, man, I don't care. This is what I do for a living. I just love to fight. You know, we were amateurs once upon a time. I used to do this for a trophy. I used to do it for a medal. I used to fight to make my mama and my daddy proud. Now I get to feed my family. So yeah, at the end of the day, maybe there's another fight. WBC said this is a title eliminator to a title eliminator. First off, WBC, Keith Thurman relinquished the belt. Okay, you didn't have to come to me and strip me of my world title. I gave the belt back to you. Why? Man, I let you make more money. WBC, whoever your presidential WBC, Keith Thurman let you make more money. I gave up the belt so that you can go tax somebody else and go be with somebody else. That's still my belt. Pacquiao beat me, but nobody stripped me of the WBC. So first off, WBC, ABC, WBA, the alphabet boys, they need to figure that stuff out. I'm a champion. Period.
Do you feel like
I'm a champion.
What's your thoughts on PBC?
I said I'm a champion. No, you're not. You're not either. You a former champion. You're not a current champion. You're a former champion. But he relinquished the belt. He got beat by Pacquiao. He's saying he's still the WBC champion. I'm still that dude. I'm still that guy. Okay, Keith. Okay, Keith. I guess you are. But smash that thumbs up button, man. Keith Thurman, man, he's still that dude. He's still that dude.
BC saying that the fight hasn't happened between Errol Spence and Crawford because Crawford is not a pay-per-view star.
You know, we've heard of that. We've seen the numbers. Bob Arum adamantly kept saying, I'm not making money. He kept saying he's losing money off the kid. You know what I'm saying? And one, no promoter should talk like that about a fighter openly, if it's true or not true. My personal opinion, right? But at the end of the day, apparently, if you're not from Omaha, Nebraska, you're not watching Terence Crawford, you know, and that's Terence's fault. That's part of Bob Arum's fault. That's ESPN and the way you got to go online and order the dang plus a dussa. What that thing was whack. I didn't order it. I was trying to order it. I didn't order it. Somebody else got on my TV and ordered it for me because I couldn't figure it out. I was not going to watch the fight because I couldn't figure it out. Luckily, somebody came in and did it for me. You know, otherwise I would have just been watching Netflix all night.
You a grown ass man. You can't figure out how to get nigga ESPN Plus. I don't want to hear that. You can't figure out how to get ESPN, but I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You can't figure out how to get out. Come on, man. Come on, man. But look, man. That's the age-old thing, man. Is Terence Crawford a draw? Isn't he a draw? Can he sell? Can he sell? That's the age-old thing, man. And I just think as the dance partners get more recognizable, whether it's Keith Thurman, whether it's Errol Spence Jr., I think Terence Crawford numbers will start to elevate because people want to see competitive fights. We don't want to see fights that we know what the outcome going to be.
There was a fight. Spence versus UGAS seems to be next for Spence.
Yeah.
Both of them. How do you see that fight playing out? And do you almost maybe want to root for UGAS in the sense that, you know, he hasn't said anything about not fighting you and Spence has?
Okay. That part, yes. But the other part is, look, man, he can constantly say what he wants on an opinion. Let Al write up the contract. Let him see what's really on the table. Is he really going to stay away from Thurman? Is he really going to avoid me that much? Does he got that much hatred? Look, at the end of the day, UGAS, Spence, great fight. UGAS, Thurman, better fight. Spence, Thurman, better fight. Thurman, Crawford, better fight. Thurman versus your mama, great fight. Okay, look, at the end of the day, yeah, every fight, it's Thurman versus the world, baby. It's just me versus everybody. I don't know what you guys don't understand about that. It's Thurman versus everybody. This is what I'm here for. This is my life. This is my dream come true, to be a prize fighter. I love this. Win, lose, and draw, I still have fans. I still have a legacy. I don't lose from this point on. I don't lose. There's nothing to lose. It's just a continuation of the legacy that I've already built for myself.
Wait till you see what Al puts on the table. Wait till we see what Al puts on the table. Can Al entice Errol Spence Jr. to really get in the ring with Keith Thurman? Can Al really entice Errol Spence Jr. to get back in the ring with Keith Thurman? Will Al make the deal sweet enough for the PBC to have another pay-per-view fight? Probably a pay-per-view big-time fight with Thurman and Errol with all the shit talking that's going to be going on. Honestly, I think so. I think if you're Al Heyman and you don't have Terence Crawford under contract, why would you let Keith Thurman go out there and build up Terence Crawford? Why wouldn't you just continually build up Errol and shit? If the Bud and Errol fight happen, it happen. If it don't, it don't. That's how Al probably looking at it. Yeah, he probably can get Errol in a fight with some more big names at a higher weight class. So at the end of the day, it's like, can Al Heyman make the deal to get Errol and Keith? Possibly, man. Possibly. No, I'm not. I mean, we know Heyman is not a promoter, but shit, he the deal maker. He the nigga who make the deals. You can be remedial and be blind all you want to. At the end of the day, Al Heyman is the guy who gets the shit across the motherfucking finish line. He get it across the finish line Bayside boxing. So spare me all the dumb shit, man. Spare me all the dumb shit, bro. You too old for that dumb shit, man. That's pretty much it, y'all. I was just doing a quick little show, letting y'all know what the hat was gonna be. You know what I'm saying, with Keith Thurman. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. One thing you can always count on is Keith Thurman talking his shit. It's like that mother man, that young man can talk, bro. That young man can talk his shit. He talked that shit good too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He one of them niggas that you want to hear talk, that you wouldn't mind hearing talk, cause Keith Thurman keep it all the way funky. I fuck with Keith Thurman, bro. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see how it plays out. But till next time, man, I'm out this thing. I gotta smash on down. Peace out.